Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good. What's your name?
My name is Amelia, and yours? What's your name?
My name is Ling.
I'm sorry?
My name is Ling.
Ling. Okay,
Yes.
where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Okay, wonderful. Which
Yeah.
city in Vietnam?
Yeah, the city named Thanh Nguyen. Okay,
Okay.
I will type
Which
it for you.
area? Okay.
Vietnam has two regions, the north and the south. So I live in the north.
Yes.
Thanh Nguyen, do you know Hanoi?
How far is it from Hanoi?
I think it's about 100 kilometers or something. Just between
Okay.
that. We next to each other. I live in the center of the city, so it's kind of far from the Hanoi. But if some people are living outside or just a little bit of outside of Taiwan, I think it's very near. So
Okay,
where you?
wonderful.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I am American. My home is from North Carolina, but I currently live abroad. I am in Mexico right now.
Wow. So how long have you traveled to Mexico?
I've been here for 3 months.
Wow, 3 months. So can I ask you a few questions, some questions about your life in Mexico?
Of course.
Thank you. What was your very first impression of Mexico?
Oh, I love Mexico. Actually, I first came to Mexico, or the first time I visited Mexico was in 2012. And at
Yes.
that time, I visited the eastern part of the country that's on the side of the Caribbean Sea.
Yeah.
And I loved it because of the culture, the history. There are like lots of Mayan ruins. Do you know Mayan ruins?
Can you type it for me?
Uh-huh. Mayan ruins. So there are a lot of things, educational things
Oh,
to visit and see.
okay.
So I was very impressed with Mexico.
Wow.
Now, now I'm currently living in central Mexico in a city called Querétaro.
Wow.
Querétaro, Mexico.
So what is the main language the people usually speak in
Ah,
Mexico?
Spanish.
Wow. So have you made any effort to make learn Spanish?
Yes, just from listening. I'm actually here with my children because I want them to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish is very important in Spanish. So I want my children to learn this language. They will be going to school in the next 2 months, and they will be going to a trilingual school that teaches in Spanish, English, and French. Um,
Wow.
so they go to a trilingual school. One moment.
Yes.
And but my children, they already have grown up in a trilingual environment.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Come here.
Hello. uh, I was just going to say, before coming to Mexico, I was in South Korea,
Really? South Korea.
uh, for 6 years.
Wow. Before South before South Korea, which countries in Asia have you traveled?
For South Korea. While living in South Korea, I traveled to your country, Vietnam, Hanoi, Hong Kong, China, Japan, and all over South Korea.
Wow. So repeat the question just as you about Mexico. What was your very first impressions about Vietnam?
Oh, I like Vietnam. When I went to Vietnam, I got there at nighttime. It was very, very late at night. And
Yes.
so my hotel, they had arranged for me to have a private car to pick me up from the airport. And I was just thinking like, oh wow, it's really dark.
Yeah.
uh, and so it's very late, of course. And so, but our driver was really nice, and he got me to my hotel. And then when I got to my hotel, everyone was super friendly, and they really were helpful. But I just got there and checked in, and we went to sleep. But the next morning, we got up to eat breakfast. My hotel had a breakfast buffet,
Mhm.
and that morning when I got up, the ladies who worked there, they got my daughter. Then I just had one daughter, and so she was very young then. She was 18 months, and they said we'll help you with your baby, and I was
Yeah.
so shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, really? They said, yeah, we will take your baby, go eat and enjoy your food. And I was like, wow. So that is my first impression was like, my goodness. These ladies are really helpful, and they're very, very nice.
Yeah.
So we were there for over a week. We were there for, yeah, over a week, maybe. I don't know, but it was for over a week, more than a week. And every morning they would do that every morning. As soon as I got there, they would take my baby. And one lady, she was a little bit older, so I would tell my daughter, Amira, this is your Vietnamese grandmama, because because she just take my daughter, and she would take my daughter back to the kitchen and give her sweets. um, so that is a memory that stands out to me about Vietnam. Also, when I was there, that was in 2015. So Vietnam celebrated its independence. Uh, it was like years. So Hanoi was kind of there. I noticed like things that have been decorated in celebration of their independence. So I thought that was interesting. I like the food. There was a restaurant that I found. I don't know the name of the restaurant, but me and my daughter, we had been walking around and exploring Hanoi, and we were hungry and thirsty. So I just saw this place. It was actually really close to a school, and I just said, we're going to go here and eat. And we went in there to eat, and it was the food. Oh my goodness, the food
So,
was so good.
what dish do you eat? Eat?
Well, at that restaurant, I actually got three different things because I really didn't know what I wanted or what my daughter was going to eat. One of the things I got, it was just chicken or something, and then I got pho, and then, but what was really, really delicious, it was this dish. It was like stuffed cabbages. I don't know what it's called in Vietnamese, but it was like stuffed cabbage. Do you know?
Maybe I know, but I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, so inside it was cabbage, and inside it had meat. Maybe I think it was beef, and different sauces and seasonings. And when I cut into it and tasted, it was just like a party inside of my mouth.
Wow.
And
So
I was just like, can this like in America we have stuffed cabbage, but I had never had it made this way, and I had never tasted those flavors. So it was so good that we went back there the next day, and then we went there again. We ended up going to this restaurant three times.
wow. So I think that Vietnamese they are like take the food of the other countries like
Yes.
our culinary background. Vietnam's
Hmm.
culinary background is
It's very
similar a
international.
lot. Yeah, it's very similar to the Chinese culinary background because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like in the past, our country is have a war to the China, and the China is win, so they are, what is called in English, okay, wait a minute. Okay, can you read for me this sentence, this word?
One moment. Dominate. Mm-hmm.
So is the mean is right what I'm going to say, or
So at that, the Chinese, uh, in Vietnam.
yeah? So it's about 1,000 years.
Wow.
1,000 years. So it all things in Vietnam is similar to China. Even the Lunar New Year,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's followed the Chinese, and the food. I think that they bring the kind of food back to Vietnam, and we make it special, more
Yes.
special. Yeah. So I think that is a good way. But right now in Vietnam, there is the fake produce. So it's like
There's, I'm
the
sorry, right now there is what?
okay, it's a fake food, even the fake food like the octopus. So I think that you, when you back to the Asia in general, or even Vietnam, I think that you should take careful, because there are many things dangerous outside, even the food. So in Mexico right now, do you have any news that in the restaurant, the beef, the pork is have some things very like
Oh,
it has something in the meat or something. So do you
no,
have?
no, not here in Mexico. However, I heard this for China. I saw a little documentary about how in China they are making fake foods, fake
Yeah.
rice, fake dumplings, and people are getting really sick. And I thought that was so horrible because they were making fake eggs, everything.
Yeah.
And that is horrible. That is so wicked.
Yes. So China is like famous of the fake. This is in general,
Yeah.
like the phone, like the food, the clothes.
Oh.
It can made in many way. Like I think that the Oppo. Do you know? Okay, I will tell you for you that this kind of phone. I think it's. Do you know this?
No, I don't know that phone. I Samsung. I don't know. I never heard of this phone.
Really?
No.
My phone did this kind of I have an Oppo like this,
Okay.
and I heard in internet that this is
Hmm.
follow the Apple.
Oh.
Yeah, so it kind of similar the name, and
Hmm.
I think that China is when we're this. I have I see on YouTube, and there's video that can you describe China in 3 words, and I don't remember two words after it, but the first one that the students call it fake. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. You know what? My husband always thing that is made in China. I say,
yeah.
well, you don't want. I tell him you don't want anything from America because everything is made in China.
Yeah,
Like
in Vietnam also.
yeah, but the reason why he says this is my husband. He actually buys products. My husband's in South Korea, and he buys things and send it back to his country to sell, export them to his country. And the people in his country, they don't want anything from China. They rather have something used from another country than to have something used or new from China because they
Yeah.
say everything is fake. That is what they
Yes.
think.
Yes.
He
In
always said this thing.
yeah, in Vietnam is like, okay, I will take an example because this what is called in English, pen, or
Pen,
yeah, I think
like
it's
pen, like
yeah, it's
what
a
you write
pen.
with.
Yeah, with I will write it. So if I bring this pen when I go travel in the other, like I go travel and I bring this pen back to my home, and when the people my family will ask, where is this come from? I would say China. They will say it's fake, and you shouldn't not use it because it's don't like good for your health, good for your hand, it's not good for your skin because um, in China some product is very like what is mm, it's not good, but I think that it depends because some product is just made in China,
Yes.
but
Okay.
it's like from the other like Japan, the games, it's made in China because it's cheap. It is
Yes,
cheap.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
not everything is bad. It's just made with cheap products or it has a low quality.
yeah,
However, I want to say something. In America, plus if we travel to China and if we go to the markets, like because in China they have like all of these areas where you can buy handbags or
yeah,
so-called discounted products, and they tell us that don't buy these things because it's like a lot of maybe copyright infringement and maybe you can get in trouble.
yeah,
So something like that. But I don't know much about it. I just heard about that. But I've never been to mainland China. I've just been to Hong Kong,
yeah,
and I thought Hong Kong is a really, really cool city. There are lots of things to do, and I had a really good time when I was there as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even it's fake, but the quality is good. My mom, she's a teacher, and her students are like give a gift to her because her birthday is coming up, and
Okay.
her his students give her a bag, like a bag is very beautiful, and it's very like it's look, yeah, his handbag is look, oh my god, it's so good. So when I
A
check
very good quality.
when we touch it, I think that yeah, it's like the true like the real product. But when I it's a Gucci bag,
Uh
handbag,
huh.
and when I search on Google, is don't have any information or any photos of it. I think that even it's a fake product, but it's still have a good quality. So
Yeah.
yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
I
In South Korea, as I said, I lived there for 6 years. And when
yeah,
I first got to South Korea, I was like, wow, everybody has a Louis Vuitton bag. What is going on here? I was like, wait a minute. How is everyone affording a Louis Vuitton? I just got
yeah,
to Korea, so I didn't understand. But in Korea, they have some really Korean handbags, and of course they have bags from they have all of those stores, Louis Vuitton and Gucci. You can go to all of those stores, but a place in Seoul where you can go and get handbags, and they look real. They are actually 100% leather,
yeah,
and but they are made in Korea. But from the outside, they look like the real handbag. And so, although it's not an authentic Fendi or authentic Gucci or authentic Louis Vuitton. It is, in fact, high quality leather
Yeah.
in all of those things.
Yeah.
And so that is how people, that I was like, oh, they got me.
Yeah. They're cheating on you when people are looking
Well,
at
one of my favorite handbags is by Sicily, and I love these handbags.
Yeah.
They're oh, I love this handbag.
Yeah.
I have two of them, and I've had them for a long time, and the quality is amazing.